These men are all ex-servicemen.
I served with the Royal Engineers. It was 102 Field Squadron in the Territorial Army.
As soon as I reached the age of 18, I registered for national service and went in the Air Force.
It was my tour of Bosnia as Battery Quartermaster Sergeant for E-Battery that changed my life.
They are all either blind or partially sighted. Here are their stories.
I lost my sight in one eye, in the right eye, within 2 weeks of being in Bosnia. Never told a soul.
It's the first thing to go when you lose your sight is your confidence. Because every day I set foot out the door is a big, dark, scary journey.
Because I was always very active in my life, and I didn't know if I was going blind, because the doctors told me that I may go blind, but I might not.
Well, I've always loved reading, and I now find it very difficult to read a normal printed page.
I hid the fact that I was blind in one eye from my family, my friends, colleagues, for quite some time, and I certainly weren't going to go sick or tell the medics.
To be perfectly honest, I didn't want to live on. I couldn't face this being blind, you know.
For me, the depression was like a black curtain.
Anger, remorse, spitefulness, mood swings.
Billy and his wife felt that they had no one to turn to or go to, and he remembers that one day she found a leaflet for Blind Veterans UK.
And I didn't want anything to do with it. As soon as I heard the word St Dunstan's, I thought, no, not for me. It's got to be something that's going to wrap me up in cotton wool. How will they know what a blind soldier goes through? They have no idea about me. I'm the only blind man in the world. I'm the only soldier in the world that's lost his sight. What could they possibly do to help me and my family? So I told her to throw it in the bin. Luck would have it, she didn't. I was persuaded after 2 hours of negotiation with my commanding officer and friends and family to get me in the car. And I remember, because then I had a little bit of sight then, seeing the outline of this magnificent building on a hill and thinking, yeah, it is a lunatic asylum or something like that. They had just been pulling my leg.
I think when I came down here and I come in that front door, I was saying to myself, what am I doing here? You know, what's this going to do any good for me? It says, look at all these other people, you know, they're worse off than I, you know.
I started off extroverted because I was petrified coming here my first week on the induction. It took me a lot of hard, serious thinking to come here to get out of my comfort zone.
And I was hit by what, for better words, a virtual hug. I was met by warmth, a friendly atmosphere, general sort of nice, people saying hello, laughter.
Billy felt that the only way he could learn to trust again was to get back on a horse, and he did this with the help of a young girl at Rottingdean Riding School.
Putting my trust in an animal like this's eyes and the person that's with me was the first building blocks to restoring my faith in life. Not just human beings, but life itself.
Blind Veterans UK uses specialist techniques to help each veteran.
Even though I couldn't see, it's that big trust, the acceptance thing that we use in training, and they bought into that because all our training for our members is bespoke to individuals.
One of the services that the centre offers is IT training. Lisa is an IT instructor, and she helps veterans by teaching them to use magnification settings to do what many of us may think of as simple tasks, such as using the internet and emailing.
They don't like to admit that they have to ask for help, and that's been a lot of the problem. A lot of them have just sort of shunned IT because they just assume that they're not going to be able to use it and they don't want to look a fool. Our training sessions are one-on-one, or occasionally if we get two people that are at the same level, we'll bring them in as a group. The technology that we tend to use here is access software, so it's screen readers like Supernova that allows a a member to continue to use their computer the way they used to, so the way that you and I are able to use a computer. And the Apple products have their own accessibility features built in. The magnification just makes things larger. It's very crisp as well, so the larger you get, it doesn't pixelate as some of the magnification can do, and it makes it a lot smoother and a lot easier for them to be able to make out the text. And it rebuilds their confidence. And what we've noticed is when they've made an achievement in something as simple as being able to send an email, they suddenly think, oh, I can do this. There is stuff that I can still do.
Another service that the centre offers is the arts and crafts. Nadia is an arts and crafts supervisor and teaches the veterans that they can make creative pieces despite their lack or loss of sight.
We're here for the members, so we're here to help them to either try something that they've never tried before or to help them do something that they'd lost confidence in and that they wanted to re-engage with. We cover all sorts and we're always adding as well, so we're always learning from the members and we're very responsive to whatever they want to do. So if it's something that we haven't tried, we'll try it, but mostly at the moment we do things like what we're doing here, ceramics.
The activities that the centre offer also allow the veterans to talk openly about how they are feeling.
Being military, it's mainly men and the machoism is there, but you all understand how each other's feeling. If you find your comrades' strengths and weaknesses.
So I think the comradeship, you talk about things, don't you, about how you feel, and
yes,
I haven't sort of seen that kind of conception of machoism really here. It's a kind of soft woolly area really, isn't it? I mean, it's fine to talk about how you feel and how the members are in different areas. They might, yes, I think when they're being creative and when they're relaxed, I think you can talk about how you feel sort of, quite openly in this area, and then in the lounge you might talk about different things with other members, and so with different people you can talk, in different ways, can't you?
Yes. You can't be down because there's always someone who'll make you laugh. Or if you're getting ahead of yourself, if you get a bit arrogant and cocky, someone will bring you down. So you can never do that. So we're all on a fairly level plane, really.
Ron is beginning his long cane training and is looking forward to how it can help him manoeuvre around.
I did have a small cane. I carry that with me all the time. And this is me starting my training now for a long cane. Now today is my first day. I got the cane today, and what I did today was I closed my eyes. I just closed my eyes and I used the cane the whole time. When I went outside, upstairs and things like that, I just closed my eyes and used it to make it feel as if I was actually blind, and try and see how it works and all that.
And after my 2 weeks visit to Brighton, I went back home to my quarter and my wife opened up the front door. I remember hearing the door open, and she said to me afterwards that she really didn't want to open the door. She didn't know what monster had come back, or had it changed me, or what I would like as a person. But she opened up the door and she ran down the path and threw her arms around my shoulder because she saw a sparkle back in my eye and a smile in the corner of my mouth. And she said, "Oh, Billy's back. Come on, kids." That was it.
Billy now works at the Llandudno Centre, helping with introducing new veterans.
You could say I'm poacher turned gamekeeper. My role and title is Rehabilitation and Training Liaison Officer. Hello, R&T office, Billy Baxter. How may I help you? I've been a member of Blind Veterans UK now for 16 years. And going back to that dizzy day when I walked through the centre for the first time, I always wanted to give something back to the charity that saved my family and my life. I've also become Britain's only blind town crier. Due to the gentle nature of my voice and the calm manner in which I speak, I can now scare people with a bell as well. It's great fun.
With the help of the centre, these men have decided their own destinies. They are now more hopeful for the future and are comfortable with their disability by not letting it define who they are.
I didn't realise what blind veterans could do for me.
This is your one chance of life, and that's how it is. And I live each day, as it comes. It's brilliant. I love people. I love what I do, and I'm grateful for what I've got. I'm grateful that it's just my eyes that don't work.
Well, for me, it was the understanding you get. I think the people around us, they know, they're experienced enough, and they just let us do basically what we want and then guide us through it.
And it was like day and night. It was like, as far as I was concerned, it was a Disneyland to me. It was magic.
They inspire me. And if I can help just one or two of them get over that initial hurdle like I struggled with to start with, that's going to be a good thing.